heading off to a place in central eastern Okinawa called Kintown. They have a really nice park. It's near the beach and the ocean, and we've never been there, so we're gonna go ahead and cruise on. And nice Sunday day off, so what a better way than to spend a weekend next to the beach, do a little bit of cooking, and just enjoy the outdoors for a minute. Okay, well, we made it to our destination. This is precisely the type of place that we like to hang out in. Super private. Came down this really sketchy road, and then it leads to this beautiful private beach out here like this. And there's a natural freshwater spring right here that's just coming out of the forest down into the ocean there. I'm not going to drive on this. This is a little bit too soft. I don't have the right tires for this, so I'm going to just park there. But yeah, I mean, this is it. We have this entire place to ourselves. Yeah, I bet you that tide pool right here is probably loaded with fish that gets trapped in there when the tide comes in, high tide, and then it goes out. You get lots of fish trapped in there. It's pretty awesome to walk around and explore. Yeah, this is really nice. We have ultra privacy. In case anyone's ever wondering for my water setup, you know, it is a van. I don't have a huge tank, and space is limited and all that. So as you can see, it's underneath the what I call the garage. It's under the bed. So I have a Seaflow 42. It's a 55 psi self-siphoning pump. It's pretty awesome. Then I have an accumulator there that just keeps constant pressure on the lines and helps bleed out the air. And so when we change in tanks and water, I don't get a bunch of gurgling and spitting out of the sink. It'll always have good pressure on it. So all I do is I just fill this up at home. You can see here I can connect the two there, and then have both water tanks. So these are 20-liter tanks. I got 40 liters of water. It's not that much, but it's just enough for an overnighter. I just take off the cap there, put the hose down into it, and then I'll just turn this on right here, and there it goes. It starts to self-siphon. So I also, to help it out, I'll just open up this valve, grab the bidet here, and then you can see it'll start to siphon a little faster, kind of help it out. There we go. So a lot of this air is just in this line. So once we get all that out of there we go. So now once it reaches 55 psi, it'll just shut itself off. There you go. So now, as you guys can see, I'll show you here, it's strong. It's the same as house pressure. Most homes run about 50 to 60 psi, so nothing wrong with that. And that's it. It'll just hang out just like that, and now we have full sink and shower, you know, water and so on. Well, for anybody that's been watching the channel for a while now, you guys know this is the perfect kind of place we like to come and hang out. Just what I basically do is I just Google Earth the coastline of Okinawa, and I just find these little offshoot roads that looks like it goes down to the beach, and we'll go ahead and make a plan, and we'll travel to it and find it. And sometimes, you know, it's not a good a good choice, and then we have to move somewhere else. But sometimes it's a place just like this. It's absolutely beautiful place. I mean, totally private, miles of beach all to ourselves. So you know, this is precisely what I built the van for, was to take us to these super remote places and come out here and just cook and just hang out for a little bit and enjoy some outdoors. So today I got some friends of mine that went deep sea fishing, and they caught some really good size yellowfin tuna. I got some fresh fillets from them, so we're gonna go ahead and do a blackened tuna fish wraps. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. Get set up. I always like my heavy iron pots, outdoor cooking, can't beat it. I don't know why, maybe it's just traditional, old school, but it just seems to always make the food taste really well. And I love this is my little microlight table, super small. I like to put the my gas burner here up on top of it so I don't damage my actual camping table. But this is a pocket jet boil burner, pretty awesome. It's made by a company in Japan named Soto, which is really pretty famous Japan camping products. So we're going to go ahead and get set up here, get some lunch going, and then after we eat, my wife and I will just be, you know, cruising up and down the beach. We'll do a lot of exploring, as it looks pretty amazing out that way. So we'll get to that after a while. So until then, if anybody's new to the channel, I'm Chris with Van Off Grid here. I appreciate all the new subscribers lately, any comments. You know, it's always positive, and I really appreciate everyone's support out there. I got the pot smoking there. To do blackened, we'll season the fish up really well, and then we'll get this really hot. I'm gonna drop some butter in it. I like to go with no salt butter because it doesn't burn and turn black too quickly. And we're gonna just season the fish with this, drop it in there, and just super high temperature cook it. Just a minute or so on each side, and it's gonna make a blackened crust of the spice, but the fish is not going to actually be burnt, although it may look a little bit burnt, and it'll just be perfect. And that's the way I like it. You can hear that butter sizzling. It's what we want. We want it nice and hot, smoking hot actually. And you can't put too much of this. It's not like a pepper spicy taste. It's just a really great blend of spices, and it tastes amazing. Alright, so the fish that's it. I just like to hit it up and then drop it in that super hot butter. And it won't take long. Alright. Nice. If I could only describe the smell to you guys of how amazing that smells out here. The entire area just smells wonderful. Yeah, I really love blackened fish. And then, so we're gonna, like I said, we got some tortilla wraps. We're gonna go ahead and wrap them up with a little bit of lettuce and tomato and some cheese, mayonnaise, and it's just gonna be amazing. One of my favorite dishes to make out here outdoors like this. So as you guys can see, we have this nice black crust. That's not the actual fish itself burning. That's just spice that's been caramelized onto the meat, and then it makes this sort of a crust barrier that then protects the fish from overcooking. And you only achieve that with a super hot fire, super hot pot. And then you put the butter in there and drop it in, and it only takes just a little bit of time to do this, but that is the desired look that I'm looking for. And we'll just do the other side real quick, and that's it. We'll take it off and it'll be ready. All right, well, Suntory all free, no alcohol beer. But you know, the Japanese beers with no alcohol, they actually taste like a real beer with alcohol, if that makes any sense. But anyway, you know, we'll have a real one later tonight, trust me. Her too. But anyway, cheers. Oh, perfect. A little bit of spice, a little bit of salty. It's not overdone, it's just crusted. It's a little crunchy but soft in the middle there. It's perfect.